Oscars and Wilds, welcome to theCUBE. Happy to see you all again. We got a super tight show for you today, and that's what's filling in. Greenpeace is after clean technology. PayPal is after a safer web. What happened to the new CEO of Mozilla after he supported anti-gay laws? Not good. Gmail is celebrating its 10th B-Day, and we're gonna mazel tov them. The Social Watch and more, so let's do it. PayPal changed the way we think about doing purchases online, but it also changed the way we think about online credit fraud. You know, where money is, there is also someone who'd like to steal it. So PayPal is trying to build one of the most multifaceted departments to fight online frauds, and it's doing it here in Israel. With the help of a team of 100 employees working in eBay's R&D center in Israel, PayPal is developing a one-of-a-kind automatic system to detect and stop people who are using a PayPal account that is not their own. The problem they face, people want to buy fast and quick and not wait until PayPal will approve the acquisition. That's what I did this morning. Oof. The development center, consisting mostly of ex-soldiers from the now famous A200 intelligence unit, is working on an algorithm that can catch fraudsters almost immediately. I hope they don't see all the stuff I buy online. That will be embarrassing. No, it will be fantastic. I say fantastic. I know, we don't talk about it enough, but all this glimmering tech we use comes with quite a hefty price tag. Do you have a clue how clean is the technology you use daily? Greenpeace knows, and as always, they are here to show you just how filthy your technology is. In a new campaign, Greenpeace checked the big tech companies of the world to see how they use energy and the source of that energy. So, who gets an A and who gets an F? Well, the formerly criticized Apple and Facebook got good grades for transparency and the use of mostly green energy. And, well, bravo to them. At the bottom of the list, as most polluting tech corporations, you'll find Amazon and, surprise, surprise, Twitter. Great, now I can tweet without feeling like I'm killing life on Earth. Thank you. To help me swallow this news, here's a video Greenpeace released against Facebook.
At the last count, 600 million of us are your friends. Together, we are changing the world. But the internet you're at the center of now uses more power than entire nations combined. What powers you? Coal, the #1 contributor to climate change. Facebook. Unfriend coal and help lead an energy revolution. Let's keep our world a world worth changing.
With us in the studio to discuss this report and its implications is Hila Krupski, spokesperson at Greenpeace. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Hi. So can this report actually, change anything, or these multi-billion corporations are just beyond our reach?
Well, we just saw a very nice video that we did a few years ago, so I would like to say that Facebook came quite a long way since this movie were first spread around. And that's a good proof for the fact that, yes, those IT companies, those giants of technology that show us the progress every day, again and again, can also progress and clean their cloud in order for us to live in a better world. And they have proven that, because we see that companies in the previous report that we are releasing today, the current report, that we are releasing today, we can see that companies, big companies that are growing and growing, like Facebook, like Apple, they, if they want, they can make a step forward, and they are.
This report, what exactly does it check?
Basically, what we wanted to focus on is the internet farm, is the cloud, where we are installing all our data. Those huge servers farms are getting bigger and bigger as we are continuing and growing our use of the internet. And we like to think of it as a cloud, like it's somewhere very clean at the air, but the fact is that this data that we are using and installing is installed somewhere. And as
Really?
Yeah, it's installed somewhere.
Physical farm.
Physically.
And it's polluting.
And it's, well, if you use dirty energy, then it's really, really polluting. If you are using coal for example, to power your farms, then it will be really, really bad for our future as the servers farm are growing and growing. But instead there is an alternative, and this is what we said a few years ago when we started the campaign in front of those very big IT companies, that it can be different very easily. I mean, you just need to change your policy, you just need to change your mind, you just need to understand that you need to get a decision. We are not consuming dirty energy anymore, and we
you
can
say they
see
make
today
enough money to do that change, because I'm assuming it costs more for the companies.
Well, that was the argument that all companies, not only the IT, were using, also government was using for years now. But this argument is not relevant anymore. And believe me, those giant IT companies, if at the end of the day, under their calculation, it was very bad for their profit, they wouldn't do it. The thing is that those very profit companies are getting to a conclusion that the renewable energy prices are getting down, and it's payful. It's paying for them.
So just for me to, I'm going to go back for a minute, just for me to understand. Twitter got a really bad grade. That means that in the physical place where all the data, all the tweets themselves are stored, because it's not somewhere in the air, it's physical. So that farm is very, very bad in its energy. So let's be specific. What do they need to change exactly? And do you think that people can put pressure on them for it to change?
Well, all they need to do is to change their decision. In countries where you can choose the energy you consume, like in the US, you just need to make a decision. I would like to consume clean energy, and it needs to be a policy and it needs to be followed. If you are doing that, if you got in your mind that this is what you want to do, then the rest will follow.
Well, I've never, and us as tech consumers, what can we do?
Well, we have a lot of power as consumers, and we can demand from those high-tech companies, from those very big profitable companies, to make this effort in order to become cleaner. Like today, it's really important for me to say that we wanted to outline that companies like Apple is really committing to her promise 2 years ago to reach 100% renewable for their server farms. This target should be all the high-tech company target. And if they will do that, because we need to understand, right now, today, the electricity, the power that those farms are consuming are equal to the sixth biggest country in the world. So we are talking about very, very, very big pollution, and we can stop it just by deciding. And we as consumer can ask those companies to stop it.
To stop. Well, thank you very much for the message and for the work and for being here this evening.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Now, happy birthday, Google. On the 1st of April 2004, you launched Gmail. Everyone thought you were, well, joking. We all know, I was there. It's important to remember the state of free webmail as it existed in 2004. Hotmail gave users 2 megabytes of storage. Yahoo was a little better, offering 4 megabytes or 6 megabytes. Moreover, those services had strict login requirements. If you didn't check your mail within a certain number of days, it was deleted and gone forever. Most of us just used our regular internet service provider email. It was just easy. We were using it only on one computer because, well, that's how it worked. So when Google offered a 1 giga mail online that you can take everywhere, we all thought it was a really good April Fool's joke. 10 years on, Google's rivals have copied Gmail so thoroughly that it's hard to remember just how terrible webmail was before Gmail came along. So, thank you, Gmail. We love you and your April Fool's pranks.
In trying to bring email into the 21st century, we are faced with a challenge. How do we completely redesign and recreate something while keeping it exactly the same? The answer is Gmail Blue.
You click on Compose, the button Compose, blue. The word Compose itself, blue.
Boldface is blue, underline is blue. Italics is blue as well.
You write in the body of the email, the font comes up blue. You don't have to make it blue, it is blue. It just is blue.
The little lines, they're in blue. When you go into help, it's blue.
It's Gmail, only bluer. We experimented with a lot of different colors.
We tried orange, brown. Brown was a disaster. We tried yellow.
The inspiration of blue came from nature.
Ocean, sky, blue whales.
A blue that was reminiscent of nature, but better than what nature created.
Funny, this is, of course, the blue Gmail, the prank from last year's April Fool's. Haha. And now, Mozilla, the foundation behind Firefox, is going through some rough days, all because it has a new CEO. His name is Brendan Eich, and people hate him so much they are resigning from the company. Half of the board went home because of him. The people from inside the company and from the outside are fighting to see him stepping down. Why? Because he supported Proposition 8, the California constitutional amendment that disallowed the marriage of same-sex couples. That's a really good reason, actually. In an interview with CNET, Eich declined to discuss his personal beliefs, but said he should not be disqualified from his job for his personal beliefs. You are a person. OkCupid, the cute dating site, have put a nice message for people who surf the website with Firefox, asking them to surf with another browser as a support of gay rights. Don't mess with the gays. Now, April Fool's is behind us now, thank God. It's that time of year big tech companies try to prove that they have, well, some sense of humor. But this time around, 3 companies combined managed to prove they have exactly the same sense of humor. Samsung, HTC, and Toshiba offered the same exact joke: smart gloves. The HTC Glove is integrated with the HTC One M8 while empowering you to unleash your imagination and communicate in ways you thought only lived beyond tomorrow. Samsung had exactly the same joke with Samsung Fingers, and Toshiba had Digit, a smart glove with 4G to play sweet, sweet music in your ears. They even made a nice commercial.
Music shouldn't be heard. It should be experienced at a molecular level. With Digit's exclusive 7.1 surround sound earbud technology, you'll experience immersive sound like never before. By employing microscopic waveform interpolators, Digit merges 7 channels in high and medium frequencies into a traditional stereo format. The bass is extrapolated using light waves that beam low frequencies directly into the eardrum. Together, the 7 and the 0.1.
That's stupid. Anyways, Google still wins. They had Pokemon, you guys. Pokemon. Yeah. And now, flying in an airplane is mostly boring unless you are sitting next to the very excited cast of a Broadway musical. The cast of the Australian production of The Lion King was recently on a Virgin flight from Brisbane to Sydney, and this is what happened. Just so you know what's behind, my makeup, I saw this morning and cried for like 15 minutes. Why do people keep trying to improve Jurassic Park? It's a perfect movie, but still we really like this no CGI version of the movie. Well, who needs special effects anyway?
How fast are they? Well, we clocked the T-Rex to 32 miles an hour.
You feel that? Where's the gun?
And that's it. All we had to do was done, and all you have left to do is log to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's TheTube24, and share all of yourselves with us. We like totalness. And while you do so, always remember, it is better to be beautiful than to be good, but it is better to be good than to be ugly. That's Oscar Wilde. Goodbye.